A lot of you are so worried about the wallet you left at home instead of the Apple Pay in your pocket, right? So we need to start focusing on what we do have and stop focusing on what we don't have. Have you ever wondered how people are building wealth through real estate? Have you ever wondered how people are cashing huge checks to the tune of $90,000, $100,000, $200,000, and you wonder to yourself, if I only had the opportunities they have, I would be way more successful than them. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why you've had the opportunities they've had, but you lack the awareness and the knowledge to capitalize on them. So I want to tool you today with the equipment so you can buy your first investment property in 2025. So it's like the woman that went to the store and she had a husband and she went to the store and she called her husband frantically, like, oh my goodness, I drove to the store 30 minutes and I left my card at home and I don't feel like going back home, and she's just frantic. And the husband tells her, well, you know you can use Apple Pay, right? Apple Pay didn't block her off the system. Apple Pay didn't say, hey, you're off the system, we're not using you anymore, or we're not accepting your payments. She just lacked the awareness and the knowledge that she didn't need her wallet. She could have just used Apple Pay. So a lot of you are so frantic, are so distraught about what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have. A lot of you are so worried about the wallet you left at home instead of the Apple Pay in your pocket, right? So we need to start focusing on what we do have and stop focusing on what we don't have. Again, like I said earlier, Apple Pay didn't block her off the system. I want to get into this right quick. A lot of us, especially my black people, we feel as though that we don't have the same opportunities people have, that we don't have the same, that we're just, marginalized and we're systematically oppressed. That could be true, but you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on what you can do, because you get whatever you aim at is what you go hit. So if you aiming at, dang, I'm systematically oppressed, you're gonna be systematically oppressed. If you aiming at, I may not have the opportunity that everybody else have, but I have a great opportunity to change my life in America, that's what you go hit. If you're aiming at lack, that's what you go hit. If you're aiming at poverty, that's what you're gonna hit. Start aiming at abundance. Start aiming at wealth so you can be your best you. So the first thing we need to do is change our mindset. Our mindset is simply what our mind is set on. In order to change our mindset, we just have to change our mindset, right? That means we have to change what we put in our mind. We have to change what we focus on. We have to renew our mind daily so we can have the mindset that I can do whatever I put my mind to. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But if you're focusing on, dang, I'm oppressed, I don't have the opportunities everybody else got, their parents was rich and my parents were struggling, we gotta change our mindset. We have to. But it's a process, right? It's gonna take time. That's why daily you have to renew your mind. Think about it like working out. You can't work out one day and then be like, I'm done. You ain't gonna get no results. Think about the same thing with your mind. You have to work it out every day. Okay, I'm focusing on abundance today. I'm focusing on what I do have. I'm not focusing on what I don't have. I'm not worried about the wallet I left at home. I'm worried about the Apple Pay I got in my pocket, right? So we have to change and renew our mind daily so we can be able to get what we need. So two, first is mindset to be able to buy a property in 2025, because you can buy properties with zero money out of your pocket. Wait, Jalen, you can really do that? Yes, you can really do that. Wait, how do you do that? I'm gonna get into it, just wait for it. But a lot of people will never experience that because they don't think it's true. So with mindset, we have to couple that with belief. Belief that you're going to do it. Belief that you can buy properties with zero money out of your own pocket, right? So again, mindset and belief is what we need to start with. Then we need to be able to find a real estate asset, right? Because we're talking about real estate. That was the introduction. But we need to get back on topic with real estate. And you need a house to be able to buy a rental property. So Jalen, how do I find a house? So I submit to you that people have been selling properties all around you and you didn't even know it. My first property that I closed on, it was actually my grandmother's friend that lived across the street from her. That was my first property. Why am I telling you this? I grew up over my granny house. And I didn't know that house across the street was a house that's gonna break me through the barriers to get into real estate. So you need to tell everybody that you do real estate, that you buy houses, that you are buying right now, that you're trying to get your first investment property. Tell everybody, tell your grandmother, tell your grandmother's neighbor, tell your coworkers, I was telling my teachers, in my first deal, I closed at 17, I was telling my teachers I buy houses, and they know I'm working at Jason's Deli. How you buy houses and you work at Jason's Deli? You're making $7.25 an hour. I had the belief. They couldn't knock me off my pivot. I knew I still bought houses because I knew I could do it with zero money. I knew it from a standpoint of I haven't done it before, but I knew it's possible, right? So we need to get to a state of possibility that it's possible instead of just like, oh, I haven't done it before, so it's not possible, right? So tell everybody what you do. That's how you can find a deal. Another way you can find a deal, go to Facebook. Go to Facebook, look up Real Estate Investor Group Dallas. Look up Real Estate Investor Group Your City. And it's something called wholesalers. Wholesalers are people that find deeply discounted deals and sell those to investors. So you connect with a good wholesaler, they will give you a deal at your front doorstep and beg you to buy it because you're telling them you buy houses. They will beg you to buy their home. And they're giving you deals. For example, one deal we just closed, ARV was worth $400,000 and we got it for $175,000 from a wholesaler, y'all. From a wholesaler. If you got that deal, you could have did what we did. We sold it as is on the market for $40,000. We could have flipped it and made $90,000, $100,000. We could have bought and hold it, made $20,000, $30,000 on a refi, cash flow for the long term. So again, you can tell everybody what you do. Wholesalers, also agents, right? Real estate agents, you can find a crazy deal of real estate agents from real estate agents on market and off market. Another deal we just got, we got a historical home last week. It's worth $575,000 when it's all fixed up. And we got that property for $240,000 on the market, sitting online. Yes, was it listed for $240,000? No, we offered them significantly under what it was priced at. But guess what? We made an offer and we wasn't scared to make an offer that made sense for us, right? So we gotta be able to find a deal. I just gave y'all 3 ways to find a deal that doesn't cost any money out of your pocket. These are all free ways. Let's start telling ourselves rational lies and rationalizing our mindset of lack, our mindset of what we can't do, right? So, first, mindset and belief. Second, how to find a deal. Third, you need to learn how to analyze a deal. So how you analyze a deal is if you're buying, so it's 2 ways. We said we go focus on how to buy an investment property. One is gonna be you can flip a property or you can buy and hold a property. So to flip a property, you really wanna be at 70% minus repairs of the ARV. ARV is after repair value. That's what the home is worth when it's all fixed up. You wanna be 70% minus repairs of that, and that's gonna be your offer to the person. With fix and flip, with rental properties, it's a little bit different. It's all about cash flow with rental properties. You don't want to be losing $200 on a property a month because that then is a liability and not an asset. We want to buy assets in real estate. We don't want to buy liabilities. So, how do you calculate a rental property? What you need to do is, it's similar format, 70% minus repairs, but what you want to do is your all-in cost. So let's say it's worth you're all in at $100,000 purchase price plus repairs. You want to do an interest rate calculator. Go online, look up an interest rate calculator. The current interest rate right now is around 6%. and put in that the purchase price in rehab, 180,000, 6% interest rate, and see what number you get. Right? So that number is your principal and interest. How much is your principal and interest in the property? So let's say it's $1,700. Again, I don't have a calculator. I'm just saying something. $1,700. Next, you want to look up the taxes on a property. So let's say the taxes are $200. So now you're at $1,900 all in. Insurance gonna cost you about $50 to $70 a month. So let's say $50. We got $1,700 principal and interest. Taxes you have $200. Now you're at $1,900. Next you have insurance. That's $50. So you're at $1,950. So whatever you are all in on the property, you then want to go look at rental rates. You can look up Renter Meter. Renter Meter will tell you rental rates so you can see what a home is renting for. So you can see if you can cash flow. So if Renter Meter says, hey, you can get $2,300 on this property, then you can make $350 from that property a month. You need to be net positive in cash flow so you can have an asset and not a liability, right? And then another thing you want to do, a bank will give you about 75% loan to value. So let's say it's worth $300,000 in the same exact scenario, and they'll give you 75%. I think that's about $225,000. You want to make sure that you're not putting 20, 30, 40, 50,000 to the home. There's a way that you can buy the home and refinance and get paid at closing on your refinance, right? So you want to be able to refinance that home and get paid $20,000, $30,000. So again, in that same scenario, I'm all in 180. My refinance can be $225, and I cash out $350. That means you will get paid about $30,000 to $40,000 on your refinance and cash flow $350,000 for the long term. So I know you're asking yourself, Jalen, you just said a lot of stuff. I don't even know how to get the money. How am I gonna get the $180,000? Like all that sound good, but I don't have $180,000 to my name. That's okay. I told y'all I'm gonna give y'all the sauce today. So what you need to do is find a hard money lender or a private money lender. You can find it on realestatewealthnetwork.com. What that website will do, it'll show you lenders that's actively lending on real estate investment properties. So these lenders, if you find a great deal, they will give you the purchase price and some of the rehab up front. So that way you're getting paid at closing just to buy a good deal, right? That's like, people don't understand that people are out here giving out money and paying people to buy deals, right? So that's how you can do it with zero money. Another way, ask your grandmother, ask your friends, ask your family, ask your, anybody. Let's say you're at a bar and you're talking to people. Start talking to them and asking them, hey, I get people returns through real estate. I can get you a return in real estate, and then what you want to do is you want to save the number, build a relationship with them, and ask them one day if they're looking for returns, if they can invest with you and make money secured by real estate, right? And you can people that have 401ks, you can help them convert that to a self-directed IRA, and they could be able to, the pennies they're getting in their 401k, you can help them get maximal returns in a self-directed IRA through your real estate investment, right? So again, that's zero money. You can get a hard money lender or you can get a private money lender, right? And that's gonna be $0 out of your own pocket. Again, awareness. There are people out there that's willing to give you money if you open your mind and talk to the people and give them a good opportunity. There are people out there that will be begging to give you money. Begging to give you money, because when you make money, they make money. And you're buying a good deal, so their investment is secured. They don't have to worry about if something happens because their investment is secured behind real estate investment. So again, first we had mindset and belief. Second, we said how to find a deal. Third, how to finance the deal, private money lenders, hard money lenders. Fourth, okay, Jalen, I got the deal. I funded the deal. What's the next step? What you then want to do is rehab the property, right? So with the rehab, okay, a lot of people are so scared of contractors. Like, that's why a lot of people don't like fix and flipping. I'm scared I'm gonna get screwed over. I'm scared that the contractor's gonna run off with my money. You don't have to worry about that if you know how to deal with them. What do I mean? There's two things you want to do. One, you want to pre-qualify them. You want to tell them, ask them certain questions. How long have you been doing properties? Are you insured, right? You want to ask them questions like, hey, let me see some of the projects you did. Let me get some references. And you want to look up those addresses online to see if they did a good job or a bad job. Was it high days on market or was it low days on market? If it's a lot of high days on market, they probably did bad work or it was overpriced 1 to 2, right? Secondly, how to not get screwed over by contractors is have a great pay schedule. This is an example of a great pay schedule. Pay every Friday based off of what work is done, right? So initially, when you go in with the contractor, you're gonna have a scope of work. Okay, demo is $500. Floors is $1,000. Paint is $2,000. Whatever y'all agree on, however y'all break down the price, on Friday, that's when they get paid based off of what they've done. So if they did demo and flooring and your scope said $2,000, then you pay them $2,000. But one thing you wanna do is make sure you walk the property before you pay your contractors. I lost $11,000 on a flip 3 months ago because they sent me pictures and the pictures didn't line up from how it looked in real life. So that was a lesson to me. Before I pay my contractors, either me or one of my business partners, we're going to walk the home unless it's somebody we do a lot of business with, right? This is our first time dealing with the people. So until you build a relationship, you gotta be strict. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. If you don't do and another thing, if they don't do the work that they're supposed to do on Friday, don't pay. You gotta structure it like it's a real job. That's what you have to do. If you don't do the work, you don't get paid. So if you do those two things, I don't see how you're gonna get screwed over by contractors at all. And then 4, you wanna list the property, right? You wanna list the property with a realtor to fix and flip, or if you're buying a rental property, you have to exit that money that you got. So how do you exit the money? You can refinance the money through a local community bank. I've done a lot of things with local community banks. When I was 19, I bought my first real estate investment property through a community bank, and I had no credit like that. But I had a good deal and some liquidity, so they were willing to take a chance on me. If I went to a big bank, I probably would have got denied because I didn't have that much credit, right? So those are the 4 pillars. I think it was 4 or 5 pillars to buy your first real estate investment property. First, we have to understand that the opportunities are out there if we open our mind, if we open our awareness, if we know what we're aiming for. When we find a deal, know how to find the money, know how to rehab it, and know how to exit the money. So that's another video. I'll drop videos every week. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.